YouTube, what's good, man? It's your guy, Darian, of course, and the BowTie Fragrance Guy on this channel. We focus primarily on fragrances, but I like to throw in style and grooming tips. Look, a gentleman that goes out every day and presents the best version of who he can be, not only smells good, but he looks his best as well. So that's why I like to throw in those other elements as well. So if you're into smelling good, and of course, looking good, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting the bell icon as well. So anytime a new video is uploaded on the channel, you guys get notified. All right, on today's video, guys, we're going to be continuing along with the new series that I started here on the channel. The only 5 fragrances a man will need for the rest of his life. The twist here is that we've been focusing on one specific brand in these videos. So it's kind of, if you will, what I feel are the top 5 fragrances from said brands or said fragrance houses. Now, today is going to be a little bit different because we're focusing on a brand of Tom Ford, but I'm specifically limiting this list to the private blend collection of Tom Ford. I will say to date, this one was extremely tough. It was extremely tough, but I do have my 5. I do have my 5. So anyway, we're gonna run the intro. When we come back, we're gonna get into it. The only 5 fragrances a man will need for the rest of his life from the brand of Tom Ford. And of course, you guys can see I came dressed for the occasion. When I do Tom Ford, I do Tom Ford. All right, so we'll run the intro. When we come back, we're gonna get into it. If you wanna see what's on the list, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're gonna jump into it. I will link as many of these to the videos as I can. If you click on products down there in the corner where it says products, I will link as many of these as I can find. And also remember, you don't have the Gentleman's Blueprint, my ebook, man. What you waiting for? Click on the link down there. Support your boy, support the channel. Get your copy of Gentleman's Blueprint. Every gentleman should have it in his reading wardrobe. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, man. The first fragrance here. Ah, man, this is so good. Kind of polarizing, but when I look at the top 5, for me, it had to be in here. And this one is called Tobacco Oud. Tobacco Oud. This stuff is amazing. This is whiskey, tobacco, cinnamon, oud, and this beautiful vanillic ambery accord on the dry down. Guys, this is phenomenal. Phenomenal. People that love amber, this is a fragrance you have to get. You have to get this fragrance. I will admit, and like a lot of the private blends, honestly, Tom Ford has been bringing in quite a few and discontinuing some of the best ones. This is one of the best, and obviously, of course, otherwise on this list for me, Tobacco Oud, man. Some of my favorite notes ever in this one composition. It has all the elements, or a lot of the elements that I love in fragrances. You have the beautiful, like I said, amber on the dry down. You have the tobacco note here. You have this boozy whiskey. You have cinnamon, which is another note that I love, my favorite spice. This is, man, it is so good. Again, this is very, very masculine, very, very sexy fragrance as well. And a lot of Tom Ford fragrances, especially the ones that I chose, do have that in common. They are some very, very sexy fragrances. And I think it kind of goes well with the whole aesthetic. You know, I'm dressed today in the black suit, the white shirt, black and white kind of combination tie with the pocket screw. You know, so this is kind of the Tom Ford thing, which is kind of a sexy look to me. And then you throw in a fragrance like this, it's game time. But it is definitely one that I will put as one of the 5 that every guy should have. Although it's a little bit harder to find, but if you can find it, this is one of the best private blends. This is Tobacco Oud. All right, this next one will probably be a little controversial for some, but I have ranted and raved about this fragrance for the past 2 years, and it is one of the best Tom Ford private blends. Man, this is creative. It is innovative. It is an amazing fragrance. This one is called Fuer Platine. Fuer Platine. Easy in the top 5 for me in my tasting fragrances: basil, clary sage, lavender, wait for it, tobacco, and honey. So again, when you think about a traditional fougere, you definitely, when you smell it, you'll know it's a fougere, but it's done in a very sexy, creative way. And that is, for me, why I personally love this fragrance so much. You don't really see fougeres, and typically you have the note of honey or the note of tobacco. And to me, those are two super sexy notes that makes this fragrance very sexy and very masculine. The fougere DNA already itself is a very masculine scent profile. But again, the creativity here by adding that tobacco and that honey here, just for me personally, and what I love to smell, what I love to wear, just took it to the next level. As in not anything else I have in my collection that smells like this. Wow. It is just absolutely fantastic. And again, at the end of the day, fragrance is about what really speaks to you personally. What do you personally really like? And this is one of the fragrances not that I only just like, I love. So it had to be in my top 5. One that a lot of people, in my humble opinion, sleep on all the time. But man, if you love fougères and you love tobacco, this is one you gotta get your nose on. Fuer Platine, one of my 5 for life from the Tomford private blends. All right, guys, next up on this list, this particular fragrance is one that would probably be on most people's top 5 if they did like a Mount Rushmore of Tomford private blends. This is Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco Vanille. Love it, man. It's a classic. Tobacco, vanilla, dried fruits, cacao, and tonka. Man, absolute home run. Probably the most recognizable Tomford private blend from the entire range. All the accolades, all the conversations, and the whole nine this fragrance has gotten, in my humble opinion, it rightfully deserves. It is a fantastic fragrance. It is a fantastic fragrance. I think it was before its time. But wow, man, that tobacco and vanilla combination with the dried fruits here, just, again, wonderful. Not really much else I can say about it that probably hasn't already been said. Easily one of the top 5. This one was a no-brainer. Tobacco Vanille. All right, come on, guys, say it with me. Oudwood is oud good. Yep, this is Tomford Oudwood. Definitely another easy no-brainer for me when I talk about my favorites from the Tomford private blend collection. Oudwood is oud, cardamom, Sichuan pepper, vanilla, and tonka bean are some of the main notes. Man, this is the king of versatility for me when it comes to the Tomford private blends. Any season, any reason, any occasion, I can rock this. I'm going to smell amazing. You guys know how much I love it. I have all of the other products, the beard oil, the body spray, the body wash, all that stuff. I have it all. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. So you knew, those of you who have been following me for a while, that this, of all fragrances, would be on this list. Like I said, a no-brainer in the private blends for me. Tomford's Oudwood. Yes, it is oud good, and it is one of my favorites from the private blend collection. All right, guys, and last but not least, what is my favorite note in perfumery? Amber. What is one of the best amber fragrances ever created, known to mankind? Tomford's Amber Absolute. It had to be on the list. It's amber, vanilla, incense, orbinum. Really is a smoky amber fragrance. I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about in regards to that, but and this stuff is good. It is well done, and like a lot of other Tomfords, actually this word that I'm about to say applies to every fragrance on the list: sexy. That's one of the things I love about this brand. This particular line performs well on my skin. It smells phenomenal. They're sexy, and they last a long time on my skin, most of them as well, which is something else that I really love about them. This worked with my skin chemistry, that has worked with my aesthetic and how I normally dress, and the whole line. Tomford fragrances just do it for me, man. I'm a fan. And of course, again, the best amber fragrance of all time, or one of the best amber fragrances for sure of all time, had to be in my top 5. So definitely do yourself a favor. If you can find this, they do have the big flacons out now. And because the flacons came out, some people have been now a little bit more open to selling their 50 ml bottles. The 100 ml is like a a unicorn. Really hard to find this one, but you can find some of the 50 ml now because some people just got the big flacon of it and we're open to selling the 50 mls or whatever. So look around. You can get your nose on this if you love amber. It's a must smell. From the brand of tomford, obviously, the private blends definitely had to be on here for me. Amber Absolute. Now guys, really quickly, I did not bring this fragrance down, but it was because there are 2 fragrances on here that are discontinued. The Amber Absolute is back, but it's in the big flacon, and then the Tobacco Oud. The other fragrance that was right on the outside of the top 5, and I know this will be in a lot of people's top 5, is Tuscan Leather. I do have it. I forgot to bring it down, but that would be like I would throw that in as kind of a wild card. I'll make sure they put a picture up here. I do have it, 100 ml of it, but I will say for me, I've always been like Tuscan Leather and Tobacco Vanilla are to me, the most popular private blend fragrances. And I think they were actually the first 2 that I got in my collection, because a lot of times when you're first getting into fragrances, a lot of the more popular, more talked about fragrances are the ones that you probably gravitate to first to really get your nose on them. And it is an amazing fragrance. The only thing I'll say about Tuscan Leather, they created ombre leather in the signature line, which smells a lot like it and is not as expensive. So honestly, kind of gave it a slight knock for that because you can't find Tobacco Vanilla or any of the others in the signature line. So, you know, just honestly, that kind of helped me decide when I was trying to figure out, because between that and Fuer Platine, but I do honestly, at the end of the day as well, just like Fuer Platine a little bit better. Not taking anything away from Tuscan Leather and the classic masterpiece that it is, because it was the first of its kind when it came out. But I would put it right on the outside of the top 5. I didn't want to mention it because there are 2 discontinued fragrances on the list. So right outside of that top 5, kind of an honorable mention, I do want to, of course, mention Tuscan Leather as well. But that is it, guys. That is my time. What do you guys think about the list? I would love to hear from you down in the comment section. And what would be in your top 5? I will say as well, I thought about putting Plum Japonais in here, but that one you can't even, you can't get it. I mean, honestly, it would be right outside of the top 5 probably. And maybe on a different day, I may put it in the top 5, but honestly, you can't get that one. I mean, you can't find Plum Japonais. Hopefully they bring it back one day, but it will be right there. That and Tobacco Oud have some similarities. And because Tobacco Oud, although it's discontinued, is a little bit easier to find than Plum Japonais. But anyway, what do you guys think about the list? I would love to hear from you down in the comment section. As always, I sincerely appreciate your time and attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. And don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.